Good afternoon, my friends. I hope you are all well today. I half apologize for I am, but I do apologize. I'm not very well prepared today. I've been very busy taking on too many things, so you'll forgive my appearance and my tardiness. Thank you so much. Today is slowest internet day in Canada. No, I don't know. I know it's choppy. I'm not even. I'm trying. I'm trying. Um, I've talked about this. I actually don't think that I've ever told the story of why. I don't know if I can actually tell that story. Um, let's just say that um no, I can't even I'm not even I can't. I'm not gonna talk later. But Sashina, you did remind me of something that I just watched before we got here. And I wanted to reiterate the message that I heard in another YouTube video today because it is, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Really Very Crunchy Mom. She does a lot of shorts and she's like a redheaded lady and she plays like a hippy dippy crunchy mom. And her husband is on the channel as well. They're very popular. I believe they're well over 1 million subscribers at this point. And I love her. I love her shorts. I love both of their stuff. She's super hilarious, right? Cellulite yoga pants. Well, for some reason, I don't know why, YouTube Daddy knows us. YouTube Daddy knows what we need. I literally probably 30 minutes ago, normally I watch her shorts, like they pop up on my shorts, and I watch them there, but she posted like a full length video and she talked a lot about how what their content creation journey was, and they've been going at it for 15 years. So it feels like it seems overnight for some people success, but in reality she talked about how it was a lot of work and all of the experiences that they had up until the point when they did go viral enabled them to be able to produce that type of content. I will link it in the Discord, Sashina, or maybe I'll email it to you. Honestly, like a 3-minute video, and at the end, I commented on it. I said, "Thanks, I needed that message today." It was a great message to hear as a creator, a content creator, because sometimes it does feel like, um, you know, why is it so easy for XYZ people, but it's not for me. And in reality, it's not easy for almost anybody. Mikey, were you asking about a cruise? You want to go on a cruise? Yes, I am absolutely able to help you with that. I know, yeah. Where do you want to go? How many days? Who are you going with? Presto, you're here. Yeah, I said Zed. Um, what else? Trying to remember what we were going to talk about today. What I was going to talk about today. Um, I did a lot of working out or like exercising today because I was like moving boxes and moving things around. So my steps are getting up there and I'm pretty happy about that. Um, it absolutely does take a long time, Sashina. And so she talked about I will literally I'll email you the video because honestly, it was just a very humbling type of thing to like not humbling, I guess humbling to me, but like just made her and the channel seem really approachable. Mikey, you want the big D? So you want to go on a gay cruise? Or because they have those. Or what are you talking about for the big D? Nancy knows what the big D is. We know that. Thank you, Vicky. This is actually a really great top. Sorry, I was just had something in my pocket there. It has pockets. It is like stand. Oh shit. Then something pops up in front of me, so I can't even see. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. So, but you see how it's like open at the crotch? You can't wear this as a dress, but it is it's a shirt that I used to wear to work quite a bit. It's like all built in. This is all built into one. So sometimes when you like even today I put it on and this part, the t-shirt, like this tank top part was behind and it was just like my boobs and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's a little bit difficult to put on. But again, pockets, love pockets, exclamation mark pockets or pocket should bring up a command for that. I have cruised on very many ships. I have worked with cruise ships. I have worked with many, many, many passengers. Um, and so yeah, I am happy to answer any questions you might have, Mikey, about going on a cruise. You're in North Carolina, so I think there's actually cruises that leave out of South Carolina. I'm not quite sure though. But as if you're within driving distance of a port, where you can take a cruise from, they're super affordable, especially if you don't have to pay for airfare. Obviously, in Canada, on my side of Canada, really you're stuck with Alaskan cruises or Mexican Riviera, or if you're going to go for quite a while, you could do a Hawaiian cruise, but that would be at least 15 days. Um, So, and Courtney, I would not recommend going on a nudist cruise, and I'll tell you why. Okay. Not that I don't like being nude, or not that I don't think that it would be fun to be with a bunch of other like-minded people. The crew are not nudists, okay? And they're not even prepared for that type of cruise in the same way that you would think. Not like some of those adult resorts. Uh, you're not allowed to be nude in public areas on a nudist cruise. There's strict regulations and rules in regards to open sexual activity and other things like that. So while it sounds amazing, like, oh my God, run of the ship, naked people everywhere, that's really a little bit not quite what it would be like. Now, the thing that I'll say is that you can have pretty much nude cruise, the same amount of nudity on a regular cruise as on a nudist cruise, but probably cheaper. And of course, I love to corrupt innocent people. So cruises are great for that. You can find lots of people. Um, seriously though, I want to put a a court cruise crawl together. I was married on board a cruise ship and I really enjoy cruising. It's like my type of favorite vacation. You especially because I don't drink that much, and if you don't drink, it's pretty cheap, and all your food's included, like sit down restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that is cool to me, like that you can go to a restaurant, order anything you want, as much as you want, and you don't get a bill at the end. Like, I don't know why, but that is my favorite part of a cruise where you can just go to the restaurant and order anything you want, try new things, and not be worried about, like, oh, fuck, if I don't like this, I've just spent $35 on this meal. Well, if you don't like it, you can just get something else. So, um, cruises are great for like trying out different foods, trying out different, and the entertainment is also included on a cruise ship. My favorite thing, and this is how I usually sell people on a cruise. What I recommend is that you get a balcony cabin, which is not that much more expensive, but on most cruise ships, and even the cheapest cruise ships, like the Carnival cruise ship, room service 24-hour room service is included in your court or your cruise fare. And so you can order that anytime you want, but you also get a card at night with your breakfast options. So what I usually do is fill out my little card. I tell them what time I want it, and then they bring you by. Yeah, you can be naked on your balcony as long as you're not in port. You can be naked on the balcony, but they will see you. Like there are cameras jut out in order to watch for overboards, but you can be nude on your balcony. Yeah. Um, but what I do is so I usually order toast, fruit, coffee. That's it, usually for my first breakfast on a cruise. And I get that delivered at like whatever time I want to be up. They bring it into the room. I go out onto the balcony. I sit, I have my coffee, my toast, a little bit of fruit, plan out my day, and then head up for a big breakfast either at the buffet or at the sit down restaurant and sort of decide what to do. There are activities all day long on a cruise ship that are included in your fare for all ages of people. And I have been on board a ship before with 25 family members, ranging in age from like 3 years old all the way up to 90 years old. And everybody had a great time. You don't have to be with like it's very easy to not see somebody you don't want to see on a cruise, let's put it that way. um Also, one of my favorite parts of a cruise is that you are often seated at now on my big wedding cruise we had a big table for our family, but normally you if you're a group of two, you may be seated at a larger table with another, like for the whole cruise. That's your dining time and your table. And it's really fun to meet new people. I like to do that. So I mean, again, these are the things that I like to do. My ex-husband was like, "Oh, can we get a table for two?" I was like, "What? Then I just have to talk to you?" Okay, I guess so. Um, and again, you can get really cheap cruises, especially out of Florida, uh, Texas. And it's not super duper rich, Marielle. Let me tell you, when I took the family on the cruise, I did get married in Texas. So the key factor about cruises is that they are fluid, I would call them. So what that means is pretty much the only two things that are guaranteed on a cruise itinerary. Oh, Nancy, thank you. I don't know where the alert is, but thank you so much. Um, But basically, the two things that are guaranteed generally on a cruise, in terms of your itinerary, is where you depart from and where you return to. But all of your cruise ports where you're going to visit, those are hopefuls, but not guarantees. And so the reason that I got married in Texas in port is because it was a guarantee. I knew that we weren't going to miss the wedding for any reason, that was the safest way to do that wedding. We were on that ship and there was another couple that we met. I've told this story before. We were in Key West. We did a pub crawl. We came back from the pub crawl. I had met this girl and her fiance. They were getting married the next day when we went to, it was there it is, some Caribbean port. Um, when we returned from our pub crawl uh, to the ship, there was a letter in our stateroom explaining that due to, I think it was weather, whatever, they were skipping the port. We were going to a different port. So this poor couple, they've planned their entire wedding to be the next day at this place. They couldn't get married. And unfortunately, we were redirected to Mexico, and Mexico has some unique requirements in order to qualify for a marriage license, including a blood test to make sure that you're not related. So you are not, it's not like something they were able to switch over and do very quickly from the other port. So and no, a ship captain cannot marry you because if you think about it, um, there's no jurisdiction to issue your marriage license. So a ship's captain can perform renewals of vows, but in order to be issued a marriage license, you need to be in a jurisdiction that has the ability to do that. Cruise ships don't have that ability. So while it's sort of like this, I don't know, fancy thought that you can get married on a cruise ship, if you see somebody on a cruise ship at sea and the captain is performing a ceremony, that's not a real wedding. That is them probably renewing their vows, or just for show, separately from uh, the actual wedding part. Because again, it is it's just, you give up a lot of like planning when you get married on a cruise ship, but it's super cheap. My entire wedding, like food, booze, decor, cake, flowers, the officiant, the nightclub after, the DJ, like all the stuff for a wedding was like under $2,000 plus the cruise fare. So, and that was only like $400 each for the week. So that's way cheaper than most people's weddings, but it meant that we didn't get to see any of it ahead of time, or I didn't get to do any of the planning, which was perfect for me because I have ADHD and I don't know that I could have properly planned a wedding like that. So, Miss Carrie, welcome. Uh, $20 to change my tune on captain marriages. Listen, I get it, and I understand the like sort of cool vibes of getting married on a tropical island or in a cruise port. But these people, we got to, um, like when we came back from that pub crawl and I saw that letter in my stateroom, I was literally almost in tears for the other girl. Her name was America. I don't forget that. And I was literally like almost in tears. And my husband, he was my husband at the time, we had just gotten married. He was like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "You don't understand. I mean, do you even imagine how you would plan this? And then now it's fucked up." And I like ran. And of course, on a cruise ship, it's hard to find people again. So, unless you've like prearranged that or something. So, anyways, I did end up finding her and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like, and I tried to help her as much as I could, but there's nothing you can do. They literally had to cancel their wedding. They didn't get married. And so the lesson there is if you want to get married on a cruise ship, do it while it's in port, the port of departure, and bang it out on the first day. Not as sexy to get married in the port of Galveston, I'll tell you that. And the officiant came on board and then left before the ship departed. So you can't even get married at sea. Like the officiant wasn't coming on the trip. So, but again, for the price and what you plan for and all that kind of stuff is, I think, worth it. Anyways, lesson, don't take me on a marriage cruise? What? God, I'm so much fun on a cruise. I'm fun on any vacation, anything, anytime. Um, Anyways, but legit, if anybody does have questions about a cruise, please let me know. Actually, also, last thing I'll mention is that, hmm, well, I worked with cruise ships pre-COVID, obviously, and but cruise ships follow like health regulation rules, very strict ones, and there's actually I'll put it up right now, Jonathan, the Discord link. And there's actually different flags that they fly that indicate if there is a quarantine issue or a infectious issue on board. And so as a cruise ship would come into port, sometimes I would notice they were flying like a yellow flag along with it, and we would know, oh, they've got, I think it's over 2% of the cruise ship population would be infected. And so there's heightened cleaning processes at that point and different things. But again, Um, Millions and millions and millions of people go on cruises every year without incident. I really think it's a great vacation. Grand vacation. Uh, the flag for hurricane. I don't know. You wouldn't fly a flag for a hurricane. Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. Um, okay. Let me just post this link. Like I said, guys, I'm a little bit tired today, so we're not going to be doing a super duper long stream. But I've said that and I've already been talking for 23 minutes. So, um, once again, if you're just arriving, this is your first time here. Well, if you've been here before, welcome back. Please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. We are fluctuating close to 700, and I would love to get to that point. Uh, yeah, maybe the fact of the matter is that I live on an island surrounded by the ocean, and I have for almost my whole life, so it's not weird to me. That's not something to, you know, like that worries me. Yeah. And also, if you're worried about getting seasick, please note that the average cruise ship that you would go on is so large that the average person doesn't feel any sort of movement of the ship at all. There's stabilizers. And then, additionally, you can go ahead and put on the little like stickers behind your ear if you're sick. I did not have a date last night. Did I? No, that wasn't last night. That's my voice. I've posted the Discord link. Please join us. Ask me any questions you might have. Like I said, I've been on board many ships. My best friend was an assistant cruise director on board very small, expensive cruise line ships, whereas I have a lot more experience on the sort of mass, bigger ships. But they each bring a different thing to the table. But if you're going to ask me, I'm always going to tell you probably go with a Carnival, like the cheapest cruise, because I've always had a blast on them. And they used to have topless decks, which I want to bring back, but they get all pissed about it. Um, okay. So, right, court. Okay, I'm going to open up the court that we have today. Oh, and tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. I'm hungry, uh, which is unusual for me. So I'm probably gonna go grab a little treat that I got myself earlier today, and maybe we'll eat some dinner together. Hi, Mayor. I hope you're doing well today. Also, Jonathan, we have to talk about the languages that you're adding. Some of them are a little crazy. Okay. Anyways, let's get this going. Thank you guys all for your patience. I really do appreciate it. Um, but if you want to derail me, then ask me to talk about cruise ships because I will. I will, I will, I will. Oh, my daughter got her nose pierced today successfully. I'm I just pulled up the court that I downloaded. Oh, sorry, I'm like looking at it. But I'm seeing a picture of her and I when she was younger, and I'm just actually unable to believe that my baby has her nose pierced. Gosh. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start it or go to Travis County, Texas. We're doing some bond hearings. Like I said, I was a little bit lazy today. So this is what we got. Give me 1 second while I pull it up. Oh, okay. Oh, oh my God. I'm at the tired point where I dropped something earlier today. on the ground, and I like had to get down on my hands and knees to find it. And while I was down there, I sort of like rested my head a little bit, and I thought, oh,
Thank you.
shut,
All right. Good
no,
morning.
shut up. I'm not ready yet. I need to connect my headphones and turn on the different volume. But anyways, I was just like so close to probably just sleeping on the floor. But when you do that, moving the whole day or like on the go, and then for a like still, and all of a sudden your body's just like, you should shut down right now. That's what my body did. Well, about 5 minutes before the live. Does she love her nose ring? She does. She does. She does. She's been begging for a long time to get it. She sent me a picture. I'm obviously not going to post her picture of her because that's just not safe. But I will say she sent me the picture. She had a very like straight face on. And I said, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I love it. Can you send me one of you smiling?" And she did, but she was smiling and going like this. So she's definitely my daughter. There's no question about that. Now, oh, see, why would, carne guisada, burritos, and homemade salsa. That sounds really good. English muffin pizzas. That's a good one. I haven't had those in a long time. Oh, okay, now we're working. I will actually hold on one second. I can pull up the picture of her when she was a baby with me, or when she was younger, because it's not going to dox her and it'll make me nostalgic. Um, okay. Yeah, honestly, I can't even believe that she's this old now. Uh, okay, one second. Ooh, I gotta be careful and make sure I do not put the wrong picture out here. That's her and I, and then that is also her and I. When she was a wee babby. Oh my God. And that guy in the background there with that sort of look on his face, that's my ex-husband, and that's the look that he had on his face most of the time. Yeah, she does look like me, hey? She's such a good kid. Such a good kid. I'm so lucky. I've said that before. I'll say it till the cows come home. She is a much better kid than I ever was. I don't know what I did to deserve her, but I'm thankful for her because she's a good kid. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and do some court watching now. Yeah, let's get on with it. Oh, I'm gonna skip the instructions on both of these because yeah, and I'm a little bit tired and I just don't. Oh my gosh, that's a funny face. Just don't want to watch it. Let's see where we're at.
At $1,500. However,
Okay, so he's already started with hers. So now no, hers is gonna be 1,500. But what do we think she's in for? This is the time where we guess what the person is in jail facing a first appearance bond hearing for. So go ahead and get your guesses in. It's the girl with her arms crossed sitting right there. It's Travis County, Texas. I'm going with a DUI for my first guess for the evening. DV Williams says, Nancy's agreeing with me, DUI. Jonathan's going with trespassing. Also, Jonathan and Miss Carrie. I found that there is a timer function that we can use in Streamlabs commands where we can like set a timer, like let's say a 1 minute timer, and like one of you guys would put in that command and it'll automatically count it down for us in the chat. So I think that's fun, and we'll try and figure that out. Because I really love how Miss Carrie, you're keeping me on track, but I want to make it easier for you, you know? So DV, but the incident location was a gas pump at a gas station. I don't know what that is there. Vicky saying DV, cellulite yoga pants, DV again. Meth, loud Elvis. One timer one. Yeah, I don't know the command, Sashina, but it is there. I do know that. And as a reminder, it is December and gifting is something that we can now do on the channel. So if you want to gift some people some of your points that are completely arbitrary, go right ahead. Okay? Sashina, or sorry, Courtney, if you're saying carjacking, that would be intense, but I also watched that reminds me, I watched that was funny. Um it was like an arrest warrant one, and or not an arrest warrant, like a police cam video, and the woman was drunk, obviously, and she accidentally stole a car. So she literally thought she was taking her boyfriend's car. I don't know how she started it without it being his car, but it wasn't his car. And so she was like drunk and stole the car by accident and literally didn't even realize. I just thought that was hilarious. So I think that is it. Oh, loitering. I see assault from Miss Carrie. Yeah, Courtney, I'm sure you did. It was released today or something like that. Anyways, no more bets for this one. Let's see what she's done. Also, do you think that anybody cleans that microwave? Do you think anybody cooks fish in that microwave? Oh, no offense. If you are a person that cooks fish in the microwave at work, I think you might need help. Okay? I'm being totally honest.
Attorney, or whether you want to hire your own lawyer. If you have any questions at that point, go ahead and ask me. I'll do my best to answer your questions. If you want to know the punishment range of the charge that you're facing, just ask me and I'll tell you. What's your name right on the front row there? Yeah.
Eva Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Hi, Grammy Rita. Also, Courtney, you reminded me we talked about not microwaves, coffee makers the other day. You know how I said, "Oh, I gotta go get my coffee maker. I left it at my mom's, or at my old house." I did that today. I don't want to say this too loud because I broke it. I broke the fucking carafe. I broke it. So now I gotta figure that out too. But anyways, like the one thing I was moving today that I wanted to use and like was like pumped to have, I fucking smashed. Oh, but I'm clumsy and I cut my finger doing that. That's okay. I am pretty clumsy, but I'm used to it. That's the ADD way. Courtney, it's got one of those like it has to be pushed up, like it won't go if it's not under there. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what this girl's got. She's flipping her hair.
You said Evelyn Rodriguez?
Eva, EVA.
Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
I
Okay, got it.
oh,
All right, Miss Rodriguez, you are charged with a Class A misdemeanor for assault causing bodily injury to a family or house. No, this is at a high school. You're charged with committing assault causing bodily injury to.
What? Ma'am? What? Why are you going to a high school beating up people? Is she a student? I mean, she looks sort of young, but so anybody that guessed assault, you're right. If you thought DV, you were close. Pardon me, you were close, but not there. Um, you know, I'll say this. There were fights at my school when I went to school, but not on school grounds and not during school time, but everyone knew about them, but nobody was snitching.
Your bond amount is set at $1,500. However, I am going to do a personal bond in your case. You're going to be released today for free. You need to make sure you show up for all of your court dates, okay? One of the conditions of your release, besides showing up for court, Ms. Rodriguez, is you're not allowed to have any contact with the alleged victim in the case. You're not allowed to talk to her. You're not allowed to have any contact by phone or text or email or Snapchat, nothing. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
A court attorney?
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck.
Girl, think about your choices that you're making. You do not want to be back here.
All
I've
right,
gotten,
Paula Gilliam.
I've gotten in the middle of fights before. Again, I'm a fucking, actually at my graduation party, I got in the middle of a fight and almost got punched.
Yeah, no, I have Cara Gilliam.
Okay, Paula's
Paul-
not.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no problem. Janie Zamaripa,
Yes.
raise your hand.
Okay, it's the other girl with her arms crossed. Apparently, this is the position. Assume the position, ladies. Hi, Tin Man. Welcome. What do we think that this lady has done? I am going with child endangerment. I don't know. I'm going with child endangerment. Miss Carrie's saying assault. Get in your guesses now. Nancy's going with DV. Shoplifting from Walmart, Tin Man. She fought the first girl, William. Yeah. I think they would have them segregated if they were involved in that, but I don't know. Trespassing at a gas station, animal cruelty. You don't think you ever saw a fight in high school, Vicky? Wow. I mean, yeah, I did. Loitering at the Circle K, theft. Uh, the high school that I went to had is a very old school, like the oldest in Western North America, and it had separate entrances for boys and girls, and it said it right above the like in stone on the doors, boys entrance and girls entrance. But by the time I went to the school, you were allowed to use any entrances, but they had different entrances, you know, carved in stone on the school. That's it. No more bets. No more bets. No more bets.
Zamaripa, you're charged with a motion to revoke your probation out of Tom Green County on a felony drug charge. Your bond amount has been set by the probation judge at $20,000. In order to get out of jail, you're going to need to go through a bail bondsman or a lawyer. Bail bondsman, if they're willing to do it for 10%, would be around $2,000. You'll have an opportunity to use a phone in a little bit to try to get a hold of friends or family and try to bond out. Do you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer? Court-appointed. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, good luck. Victoria Ann Jacobs.
Okay, Victoria Ann is in the very back there. What did Victoria Ann Jacobs do? Jails don't separate people who have crimes together, victim or defendant. Interesting, Miss Carrie. That's really interesting. My dad was a corrections officer in juvenile detention, and they certainly did have what they called DNAs, or do not associates. Actually, and we remember that from Judge Kim's court as well. So at least in juvenile courts, I have seen that to be a common condition. Do not associate. And unfortunately, the sort of responsibility of that, if you're incarcerated, is going to land upon the corrections officers. Okay, so we're seeing drugs, trespassing, drugs, stalking. She's still hiding. Drugs, stole a car from a gas station. Drugs, lewd and lascivious acts, assault. What else? What else? What else? I think, did I already guess? I don't know that I guessed, but I am going to go with debit card fraud. Debit card fraud, stealing Christmas? No. That's it. No more bets. Let's guess. Let's see.
Ms. Jacobs, you're charged with a motion to revoke your probation on a felony out of Comal County. Your bond amount has been set by the probation judge in Comal County at $100,000. In order to get out, you'll need to go through a bail bondsman or an attorney. Bail bondsman, if they want to do it for 10%, would be around $10,000. Do you want a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court-appointed.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck. Andrea Brewer.
I'm muted still. Sorry. Andrea's just a elbow and a thing off the screen. What do we think that she did? Get your guesses in now. We are moving through this quickly today. I like it. Got to be drugs. Didn't show up for drug testing. Yeah, that might be for her revocation there. What do we think on this case, the elbow here? I am thinking, yeah, Miss Carrie revoking probation. I mean, it's a good guess at this point. Identity theft, grape. Yeah, hit her mom. Don't hit your mom. DUI, punching Yoda. Not Yoda. Kicked a chicken. That reminds me of a funny story too. And assault Bev. Okay. DVJ Mac is thinking drugs while at a gas station. Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? Like she just like whipped him out and was like, hey, I got drugs and gas, or what? Theft, assault with a knife, Tin Man says. A knife. Mayor, give her some coins. Miss Carrie. I like it. Yeah, let's see here. I can't remember. Somebody's gonna have to write down my guess when I do it, because I can't keep track of it. But that's it. No more bets. No more bets. Let's see what we've got.
Brewer, you're charged with a misdemeanor for contempt for failure to pay child support. Your bond amount has been set at $2,000 cash.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Look at the other women. Okay, I don't know if it's just because this is a female docket or what, but I shit you not. We're going to go back 10 seconds. Watch all of them just turn and look at her like, bitch, you ain't paying your child support. I can tell you that would be a huge turn off for me if somebody didn't pay their child support. Seriously.
Ms. Brewer, you're charged with a misdemeanor for contempt for failure to pay child support. Your bond amount has been set at $2,000 cash only, meaning you can't get a personal bond or even a bail bondsman. You need to come up with a full $2,000 in cash in order to be released. The only other option is to have your attorney go talk to the family court judge that issued this child support warrant. Do you want a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
I'd like a court-appointed, please.
Do you have any questions?
My ex-husband said that he stopped the child support payments. Is there some kind
He can't do that. That's not how it works, especially in Texas. The state of Texas doesn't I believe, doesn't allow unilateral agreements that are made between people, especially if if the child is on any type of state benefit, Medicaid, TANF, SNAP, that kind of stuff. The only way that you could shut off child support would be if you got back together, I think, and we're living back together again, filing taxes together again, and then went in for that. I'm really not sure how else you would go about doing that. We hear people constantly, or yeah, sorry, if she ends up with full custody, that's right, and regaining custody, of course, yeah. I think again, if you if you have a child support obligation that is court ordered, don't trust somebody else who is saying that you're good. I canceled it. No, 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 no. Because look, yeah, in jail. That didn't work out very well. So, not a good idea. You can agree to a lesser amount, but it can't be paid privately. It has to go through the Attorney General's office. Yeah, that makes sense. Cellulite yoga pants. Um, so in British Columbia, the Attorney General's office does handle that, but under the umbrella, they have a division called Family Maintenance, FEMET, Family Maintenance Enforcement Program, and that is what we do in British Columbia. It's not a requirement, and it's not how all child support goes. You have to file for enforcement, and then they start enforcing and putting in sanctions if you're not getting your child support. But FEMEP, FMEP, Family Maintenance Enforcement Program. But when I worked for the Attorney General's office, one of my jobs was handling correspondence that was written to the Attorney General, and I got a lot of letters from people on child support asking for different things, and that was something that we looked at. Heather Holidays Hanson, Triple H. Hi. Thanks for being here. We are playing a game. We are watching some Bond Court. Tell me what you have for dinner, Heather. Oh, that reminds me, I should go get my food too.
How long does that take to go in effect? It's been about a month.
Honestly, I don't know because we don't deal with child support down here at the criminal courthouse, really. That's something to address to the family law court. An attorney can go talk to that judge and ask them to withdraw the warrant and release you from jail. But an attorney would have to direct that to the family law court directly.
Okay, how will I know who my lawyer is?
Well, that's a good question. On normal criminal cases, your lawyer would be assigned by the end of the next business day, which would be Monday, and they would reach out to you shortly after that. However, on child support cases, that assignment's going to be made if they're willing to give you a lawyer, because you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer in the same way on child support cases. If they assign you a lawyer, the family law court's going to do it, and so I'm not sure when that's going to be that you would hear from them.
Okay, I think I already had a lawyer on the case, so
Okay.
maybe I can contact him. I guess I can find out his phone number through phone calls or something. Figure out who he is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to contact him as well.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Maria Cristina Garcia.
Oh, Maria Cristina Garcia. She's sitting at the round table there. She had her hand up. It's down now. She is in the middle, I would say. What did she do? What did she do? Oh, your son was sneaking Skittles. Miss Carrie, I don't like Skittles. I'm going to be honest. I like them a little bit, but I would never sneak them. Never. I'm just remembering, like, as a kid, my mom didn't want us to eat any sugar at all. I have ADHD. We didn't know it then. they thought that would help. It actually doesn't. If you know somebody with ADHD, sugar actually helps them calm down. I know it's backwards in your mind and you can't believe it, but in reality, that's how it works. And I remember I would sneak my main like snack that I would sneak would be saltine crackers with peanut butter. Yeah, no, I understand, Miss Carrie. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I just mean like my mom wouldn't let us have any sugar at all in childhood, so it was hard for me. So sneaking food for me was sneaking crackers and peanut butter into my room. That was as uh, good as I got. Okay, so we got another bond revocation, something about alcohol, DUI, possession of meth, uh, DUI, got pulled over at a gas station. Um, yeah, I get it, Miss Carrie. I feel you. I totally feel you. No more bets. No more bets. Let's see what she did. Let's see. Heather's guessing domestic violence. That's a good guess, Heather.
Miss Garcia, you're charged with a Class A misdemeanor assault causing bodily injury to a family member. Your bond amount set at $3,500. However, I am going to do a personal bond. You're going to be released today for free based on your promise to come to all your court dates. You do have a couple of conditions you need to comply with, Miss Garcia. First of all, you are required to be screened for alcohol counseling. When you get out of jail, you're going to have a piece of paper telling you where to go to do that screening. You need to go to whatever classes or group meetings that they recommend. Do you understand that? So that's a condition of your release. In addition to showing up for court, you need to go to whatever classes are.
Hold on. I have to apologize right now. Madam Savage became a member before the stream started. I just thought of that. Thank you. I hope you're still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for becoming a member. That's a good reminder to turn gifting memberships on the channel so that you can receive a gift. There's so many generous people around here. But thank you, Madam Savage, for becoming a member. Adderall works. It is not methamphetamine, it is amphetamine. It will not come up as positive for methamphetamine in a drug test, Adderall, but it will show as amphetamine. And yeah, it is a speed or an upper, but it is a, you know, people that are not neurotypical are wired differently. And so it is very different for them versus not. Oftentimes, and this happens a lot. My family think they'll say like, "Oh my gosh, did you take a lot of medication today? Because you're really, really hyper." And in fact, no, I didn't take any medication. And that's yay, Tin Man, thank you so much. And look, Becky joining the club. And yes, William, it is a gift, obviously. Methamphetamine has a metabolite that shows too. That's how you know the difference. Right, Gracie T. That's right. But what I mean by that is like if somebody is truly just taking their Adderall and not using methamphetamine, they will not test hot for meth. It will test for amphetamine, but not for methamphetamine. And, but again, meth is a very hard drug to kick for people. So, oftentimes when people have, yeah, that's the new member, William, the tone. But yeah, so when you do hear somebody that's tested positive for methamphetamine, they've done meth. But I have heard people be like, "Oh, you've tested positive for amphetamine," and they have a prescription for their Adderall, and they are cleared in that sense. I don't take Adderall. I have, but I don't. I take Ritalin. It's an older drug. Thanks again for being here, Gracie T. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Let's keep going. You guys keep guessing. I'm gonna run and grab my food. So I won't pause it for the next one. It'll probably play through. Hi, Jody. Thank you for being here, friend. We love you too. So let's just listen to that one as I get some food.
Required by the counseling agency. Second of all, you are required to comply with an emergency protective order in this case. And I'll explain what that means. This is for the protection of Roderick Deshay, and it prohibits you from doing 4 things. First of all, you're prohibited from committing family violence against him, which is already illegal. Second of all, you're prohibited from communicating with him or members of his household or family in a threatening or harassing manner. So if you have any contact with him over the phone or in any other way, you just need to be careful how you communicate with him, okay? Thirdly, you are prohibited from going within 200 yards of 6280 McNeil Drive in Austin, Texas. Now, I know you have personal belongings there. You need to have someone else go there and get your stuff for you and bring it to you. You cannot go within 200 yards of that address. Now, if we hear back from the alleged victim and hear that he's actually planning on moving to another location, then I will actually change this address so that you can go back there to McNeil Drive. But at this point in time, this is the protected address on the protective order. So you cannot go within 200 yards of that McNeil Drive address for the next 2 months. Lastly, you're prohibited from carrying a firearm or ammunition. This protective order is going to last for 2 months until February 1st of next year. You're going to get a copy of this protective order. Make sure you read it and comply with it, because if you violate it, it is punishable by up to a year in jail. Do you want a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own lawyer? Do you have any questions?
I do. So that's my residence. He's not on the lease. He doesn't even live there. So how, I mean, that's my home. And again, he doesn't live there.
So I understand, but because he was living there in a domestic violence case, if there's a protective order, the person that's going to have to move out is the one that was arrested, not the alleged victim in the case. Now, that I'm familiar with that issue though with your, because I read the police report and I understand that it's a possibility that he may be moving elsewhere, and perhaps it's for the reason that you mentioned. And so my staff tried to get a hold of him, and we're waiting for him to call back on whether he had intended to move somewhere else. Because if he did, then I don't want to kick you out of your house unnecessarily, and I will just change the address on the protective order. But we haven't been able to hear back from him yet. And so if you don't hear back from me, then the protected address is that McNeil Drive address, and you need to stay away from there. And it's not permanent. It just lasts for 2 months. But for the next 2 months, you're going to have to stay away from there. If we hear back from him, then I will be open to considering changing the address on the protective order, and I will talk to you before I leave today if that happens, okay? But if you don't hear back from me, you need to stay away from that address for the next 2 months, okay? You're not prohibited from talking to him over the phone. You're not even prohibited from seeing him at some other location, but you can't go within 200 yards of that address, okay? All right. Any other questions? All right, good luck. Natalie Miller.
Yes, sir.
Miss Miller, you have a charge out of Williamson County for bond forfeiture for failing to come to court on a felony theft case. You have no bond on that. Your district judge has denied your bond because of your failure to come to court on that. You also have a motion to revoke your probation out of Burnett County, and the district judge presiding over your probation in Burnett County has set your bond at $10,000 on that. That is a cash or surety bond, meaning that you can't get a personal bond. It has to be the full $10,000 in cash or a bail bond, which if they were willing to do it for 10% would be around $1,000. One of the conditions of your release, if you do post bond on the Burnett County case, is you're required to report regularly to the probation office, okay? Do you want a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court-appointed, please.
All right. So in your case, you're not going to be able to actually bond out of jail until your attorney would have to go talk to the judge in Williamson County who denied bond on that case and try to convince that judge to give you another opportunity to bond out. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to bond out.
I've been trying to get a hold of the attorney for taking care of that case for me. I have given them documentation, but she told me that I was not going to be able to be there because I had a doctor's appointment that I had to be at. And I sent her the documentation, and for some reason, she didn't do anything about that. She said that she would reset it. And when I talked to my bond company a couple of days ago, they're more than willing to keep me on bond with them. I just can't get a hold of that attorney.
Who's your attorney?
Leslie Booker. I called and left her several messages and got over to her back.
I don't have a great solution to that. I know that the judge has the authority to withdraw this warrant and reinstate the old bond, but that hasn't been done at this time. I don't have a great solution except to try to have your friends or family get a hold of that attorney to try to get the judge to do that. All right. All right. Terrale Alcantara, raise your hand. Okay, Miss Alcantara, you have
Okay, what did Miss Alcantara do? I know, Allie B. It's hard because they're not moving them around, but what are we thinking? Courtney's thinking shoplifting. Um, I'm going with a revocation of probation again. Illegal help. Hunt my. You're making me laugh. Assault, DUI, stealing of DUI, child endangerment, which isn't good. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think I may have a little piece of glass in my hand from that incident earlier. Really. Breaking a PPO, Chris, that is a good one. I think that they should treat people that break PPOs seriously because, well, a PPO is a permanent protection order. A TPO is different, and an EPO is different as well. In Texas, a TP or an EPO is standard when there's a DV charge and it's a 2-month order. The temporary protective order hearings that we often listen to in different counties tend to stay on for 1 year. And then a permanent protective order is usually, I think, 3 years. And then you have to reapply. Anyways, no more bets, no more bets, no more bets. Oh, yeah, I'm fine, Nancy. I'm just grabbing my food.
few charges. You have a first-degree felony, possession of controlled substance with intent to deliver for the bond amount of $20,000. You have a second charge for the same thing, different controlled substance for the bond amount of $20,000. You have a third-degree felony, tampering or fabricating physical evidence for the bond amount of $10,000. And you have a third-degree felony, evading arrest in a motor vehicle with the bond amount of $15,000. The total amount of your bonds is $65,000. Now, you have one other charge.
Hold on. I need, Jonathan, can you do me a solid? We're going to go back. I want this girl's name and in Discord to me, please. I would love to see that, fleeing from police. I will look into that. So I'm going to go back like 30 seconds and listen to all these charges.
Miss Alcantara, you have quite a few charges. You have a first-degree felony, possession of controlled substance with intent to deliver for the bond amount of $20,000. You have a second charge for the same thing, different controlled substance for the bond amount of $20,000. You have a third-degree felony, tampering or fabricating physical evidence for the bond amount of $10,000. And you have a third-degree felony, evading arrest in a motor vehicle with the bond amount of $15,000. The total amount of your bonds is $65,000. Now, you have one other charge that's possible that has been filed but has not been approved yet for an aggravated assault against a police officer. That case is being sent back for potential corrections. I don't know if those corrections will be made or not. If they do get made and they are approved, then you will also have that.
He dismissed that charge. He dismissed that charge. Interesting. Wow. Craziness. Miss Altanera, whatever the hell her name is, was getting into some trouble in Travis County. That's a big bond. That's a lot of jail time, but that's a lot of things to do. You shouldn't flee from police officers. You sure shouldn't assault them.
Charge, but at this point, that charge has not been approved. So it's being sent back to the police department because of some concerns about what's been submitted so far, not rising to the level of probable cause, but they may be able to correct it. So at this point in time, you have 4 felonies. Total amount of your bonds is $65,000. Bail bond company will often charge around 10%. In this case, it'd be around $6,500. If you do postpone and get out of jail, Miss Alcantara, one of the conditions of your release is you're required to report to a supervision officer while your case is pending. So if you do bond out, when you get out, you'll have a piece of paper with the name and number of a person that you need to contact within 24 hours of your release. You need to set up an appointment with that supervision officer and report in whenever they require. Sometimes they may have you just call in. Other times they may have you actually come in person. You need to follow their directions. That is in addition to any reporting requirements you may have with a bail bond company. Do you understand all that?
I guess I can't have a pre-trial bond right now.
A personal bond?
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable doing it because of the large amount of drugs that's involved in this case and because of the particular facts involved dealing with evading in a motor vehicle. All those things combined, I'm just not comfortable doing a personal bond on it. I don't mind you asking. Now you can have your attorney come talk to me and I'll listen. And you can also talk to another judge that might feel differently. But at this point in time, I'm not comfortable doing a personal bond on these cases. All right. Did you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
I do a court-appointed.
Court-appointed. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck. Represent some. Okay, I got two more. Heather Locke. Miss Locke, you're charged.
Locke's at the back. What is Miss Locke charged with? Thank you, Mikey. I am well. Thank you for being here. I saw you put out a few videos today. I watched the DeSanto one this morning. That was good. Can I put the cursor on the person? Yeah, let's try that. I'll try. Allie B. No, apparently I won't. Was this one right here. Okay. Miss Locke, safe cracking, assault, B&E, DV, drugging. Mikey, what do you think? Drugs. Can somebody put in the link to Credence and Mikey's channel? I'm sure most of you are already subscribed, but if you're not yet, please do that. You think it's a 5150, Jonathan? Oh, assault with a dildo, Mayor. Did I look at a dildo just now? No. You did. Wasn't me.
First-degree felony, possession of controlled substance with intent to deliver with a bond amount of $5,000. And you have a second-degree felony assault on a police officer with a bond amount of $5,000. Total amount of your bond is $10,000. You're not going to get a personal bond. The law does not allow a personal bond on an assault on a police officer charge. So you are going to need to go through a bail bondsman or a lawyer or come up with the cash. Bail bondsman, if they're willing to do it for 10%, will be $1,000. You'll have an opportunity to use the phone momentarily. Do you want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court-appointed, please.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck. Cara Gilliam.
Here.
No, I can't see Cara Gilliam. I think she's in the very back. I'll put my cursor over here. I think she might be back here. This is a horrible presentation for this, but yeah, these are some naughty women in this jail, right? What do we think? You think, Nancy, you're going with hit a popo? Are you just talking about the last lady, the last two people that assaulted police officers, or are you just talking about this one coming up? Miss Carrie's thinking drugs. That's a safe bet. You know, unfortunately, drugs are a scourge. I'm gonna guess shoplifting. I'm going with shoplifting. You think homegirl was in the car with the prior girl? Maybe, although she only got a $5,000 bond. The other girl got a $65,000 bond. Ag assault, possession of a controlled substance, lien, and an immoral act with a duck. Roadhead, is that illegal? Distribution of drugs, theft, arson. I say so. Oh, look at Miss Carrie. Thank you. Oh God, I love you so much.
Ms. Gilliam, you're charged with a state jail felony unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And you're charged with a third-degree felony possession of controlled substance. Now, Ms. Gilliam, I had a couple of questions for you. You live in what county?
Well, I'm staying with my dad. He's not claims taking care of it. He had a stroke.
Can you come up front so I can hear you better?
Yes.
Yeah, please, come on.
I show that you live in Callahan County, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So how long have you lived there?
2 months.
But I show you also have a Round Rock address.
We just moved there from Round Rock.
So are you going to be living in Round Rock or Callahan?
Callahan, that's where my dad, that's where I've been staying, taking care of him.
Okay, so you were just temporarily in Round Rock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're not living in Round Rock. You're in Callahan County. That's up near Dallas.
By Abilene, yes, sir.
Okay, and are you from that area?
No, I'm from Round Rock.
You're from Round Rock.
Yes.
And who lives in Round Rock still? Anybody?
My brother.
Okay, and where's the rest of your family?
With me, in Cross Plains.
Okay. Do you have friends or family that can help bond you out?
No.
You don't have any family or friends that have money?
Well, my dad would be bonding me. I don't know. I've spoken to him yet. I know he's not too happy about POCS charge, but he had nothing to do with my sister calling and saying I stole his vehicle.
Loud else, I was looking for Michael. I didn't realize you were calling Mikey Michael.
What's your dad's you have your dad's contact information?
I do. It's 5
Ms. Gilliam, your bond amount on the unauthorized use of a motor vehicle charge is set at $5,000. Your bond amount on the third-degree felony possession of controlled substance is set at $5,000. The total amount of your bond is $10,000. Now, a final decision on a personal bond has not been made in your case yet. And that's why I had some of those questions for you that I had. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have our pretrial services staff contact your dad to get some feedback on things. And then I'll make a final decision on whether you qualify for a personal bond or not. If you do, you'll be released sometime today for free based on your promise to come to all your court dates. If you don't, you're going to need to go through a bail bondsman or a lawyer. Bail bondsman, if they want to do it for 10%, be around $1,000. Okay.
Okay.
You want a court-appointed attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court appointed.
All right.
Please. Also,
Do
not
you have a drug
everybody.
problem, Ms. Gilliam?
Nope, not anymore.
Oh, honey. Oh. We have lots of people in recovery here. Please know that I'm not making fun of it, but if you have a drug problem, you have a drug problem for life, even if you're in recovery. You and I'm getting a meth vibe from her. I'm just saying. Uh, Such a hard one to kick for people. We see it all the time. And yeah, there are people that aren't members, Mikey. Lots of them, actually. It's been working now as we gift memberships. We are seeing lots of names we don't often see in the chat, but we have to remember. Not everybody can watch it live. Replay crew is important too. Congratulations, Miss Carrie. That is such an achievement. Very proud of you. Very, very proud of you.
Actually been clean. It was a slip up yesterday.
Have you ever been to rehab?
Yes, sir.
How long ago?
I went in April.
You went this past April?
Yes, sir.
How long were you there?
Ma'am, that means that you're in your first year of recovery. You're not, by any stretch of the imagination, done. If you are indeed an addict. She's not even admitted it to herself. Isn't that one of the steps? I don't know. Again, I grew up in a house where uh my grandparents were very active in Al-Anon and Alcoholics Anonymous. So my grandfather was sober the entire time that I was alive. I never saw him as a drunk, only as or as an I always saw him as an alcoholic. I never saw him drunk though. And he sponsored people. My grandmother was really active in Al-Anon as well. So it's something that I understand very well in that sense. And it's a daily battle that people will have to deal with. There's Madame Savage. Thank you for being here. Oh, Colin's just rating us. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you have to, I mean, like, sobriety is different for everybody, but slipping up yesterday, being in rehab in April, I think that is pretty active addiction. Unfortunately, Cha is here. Legal fiction. Guys, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. We are watching some bond court hearings. This woman here, Phil Cordeau, I emailed you. This woman who is on the screen right now, I think she's struggling right now. And again, here's an interesting point. Judge Boyd, who we watch quite often, not on this channel, but on other court channels, Judge Boyd has preventative bond conditions for a lot of people that prevent people from being a home healthcare worker or taking care of the elderly or children. And I think what we've heard here is that this woman is taking care of her father who's just had a stroke. There's some dispute if she stole the car or not. Her sister thinks she stole the car. That's anyways. But if you need help or need help with an addiction, there's lots of places to reach out for that as well. Ask in the chat. People will be happy to direct you. Gracie, that would be awesome. Sober living houses are really great for people. Once again, guys, if you're just getting here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Make sure that you have clocked in for your shift by hitting the like button. Tell me what you have for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. And we're going to guess what these people have done to be in front of these judges or this judge. So make sure that you put your guesses in the chat and turn on gifting because we have very generous members on this channel and lots of fun. Members only that will be on Sunday evenings. So, Birdie, welcome. Oh my gosh. Birdie, welcome. But also we covered a case where there was a child named Birdie and it's actually like still scarring a lot of us. So one day we'll talk about that when you come back. We don't want to bring it out today. That was quite a freaking case. Courtney, rice and veggies. That sounds pretty good. I have sort of the same. I have rice and meat and seaweed. I have sushi. Today, I haven't started eating it yet, but I will soon. Like I said, oh, Gracie T. Thank you so much. Yay. One more. Look at all those new names becoming members. Okay, Anthony White, I am trying to say this here where you're coming from in Virginia. Give me 1 second. I'm usually pretty good with pronunciation, but I might get it wrong. You've said no, I know Gracie, I changed it. Hey, thanks, Amanda, for subscribing to the channel. So Anthony said hello from Chincoteague Island. Is that how you say that? Correct me if I'm wrong. And remember, I'm Canadian. So forgive me. And I'm sorry. What kind of sushi? Okay, so this is the perfect type of sushi for a beginner to try for sushi. Beverly, this is called a cowboy roll. So it has no fish in it at all. It has rice on the outside, and then it's cooked like barbecue meat, and then lettuce and a little bit of mayo. And so it is the perfect sushi for you to try if you've never tried sushi before, if you can find it, because it has like it's really familiar in like texture, except for the rice and the seaweed. You get used to that and start to enjoy that taste. Once you've gotten to like the rice and seaweed, the filling is a lot easier to figure out. So I tend to say for people to go with sushi, like not a raw fish. Avocado roll is good too. That's very basic. This has mayo, no avocado. It has cucumber, lettuce, the beef, and mayo. And this is not, first of all, this is not gas station sushi. This is from like actually very expensive sushi place in town. That they sell out every day. They only make a certain amount. Like I had to hustle my fucking ass there today to get this sushi. And mayo on sushi, yes, 100% yes. QP mayo to be exact. KEWPIE. That's the best mayo around. Anyways, let's continue watching this. Thanks again, Colin, for being here. Thanks to everybody who's here. All my other creators that are in the chat as well. Mikey, appreciate you as always. But yeah, sushi. Tell me what your favorite kind of sushi is in the chat.
41 days.
Grace, thank you for the gift. See, Miss Carrie, I know you do.
And you're going to be living there, not here, right?
Yes, sir. Unless I have to, I mean, if necessary, me living here, we can work things out that I can move back if I have to move back, if that's a problem.
One of the conditions of your release, Ms. Gilliam, is you're required to be screened for the drug court program. That's a rehab program that if you were to complete it, it would result in dismissal of the felony drug charge.
Okay.
You're not required to do the program. It's very intensive and it requires a lot of commitment to stay clean, but you are required at least to be screened for it to see if it's an option for you.
Okay.
Okay. Second of all, whether or not you do that program, you are required to be screened for some type of drug counseling. You're going to have a separate piece of paper telling you when and where to go for that screening, and you need to go to whatever classes or group meetings that they recommend. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Is anyone whose name I did not call? Is that everybody? All right.
Okay, that's everybody. So we're going to talk about sushi. We're not done with court, though. Don't worry. I have another docket from Travis County, but a different judge, our favorite gifting Judge Jeffers. So let me just scroll up here. William, I find it so typical that you would not like sushi. But don't worry. You can expand your horizons. It's actually delicious. So Chris Barton, you say your favorite sushi is tuna with mayo, onion, and dill pickles on wheat rice. Wow, that's pretty good. Courtney, did you say you like shrimp or ebi as they call it? Is that what you said? Why won't my thing scroll? I can't scroll. Okay, well, I can't. I don't know why it won't let me read the other chat, but I also got a prawn tempura rice ball or like onigiri, or this is not an onigiri. What is this? Anyways, the packaging of this is really cool, and I'll show you guys how to open this in a minute. It is so well designed because basically there's nice and crunchy seaweed in here, but if it was touching the rice, it would get soggy very quickly. So they've actually made this ingenious packaging that you pull in 3 different ways and you release the seaweed and it's crunchy and perfect and delicious. And this has a prawn in it. You can see the little tail sticking out of the top. And it's yummy as well. This is cheap. This one's only $2.90, but the cowboy roll is like $7.50 plus tax. That's quite a bit for one sushi roll, to be honest. I don't know why my chat is frozen. I'll hit refresh and I'll see if that works regardless. We're gonna go to Judge Jeffers now. I feel weird when I can't see you guys talking to me in the chat. You like lox, so you guess you'd be okay with sushi? Yeah, Phil Cordo. So I never used to like the raw fish in sushi, but I began eating tuna tataki, like barely seared on the outside. That's another great gateway fish to try. Okay, the chat is like not coming back up. Oh, that's interesting. What am I gonna do about that? Find the other court, Paige. That's what we'll do first, and then we'll deal with the chat in a second. That's super duper weird. Oh, please don't be frozen. Thank you.
All right, wonderful.
Also, we are going to skip over the 4 main ways to get out of jail in Travis County. Personal bond, the full amount of the bond, a bail bondsman, or what's the fucking other one? I can't remember. There's 4 main ways to get out of jail. And I'm going to skip it because we do listen to it all the time. And plus, we don't really have that many girls here, I guess. So we'll just watch it all.
In
Because I don't have that
review
many.
at any time. If you are indigent and cannot afford an attorney, you have the right to request the appointment of an attorney. You have the right to an examining trial, which is a pre-hearing if you're charged with a felony. You will be given a reasonable time and opportunity to consult with an attorney, and you will be admitted to bail if allowed by law. Do you have any questions, ladies, regarding your general rights? Next, we're going to go over the 4 main ways to be released from custody. The first way is to post the full amount of your bail in cash or with a cashier's check. That is the full amount, not a percentage or a payment plan. That money is kept on deposit with the sheriff's office until your case is resolved. Once your case is resolved, those monies are returned to you. The second way to be released from custody is by hiring a bail bondsman. A bail bondsman will in general charge you 10 to 15% of the bond amount to obtain your release from jail. Any fee you pay a bondsman, however, is non-refundable. When you are back at the post, you will be given access to the different phone numbers of different bail bondsmen if that is what you desire. The third way to be released from custody is by qualifying for personal bond. A personal bond is essentially your promise to return to court. The fourth and final way to be released from custody is by hiring an attorney. An attorney can obtain either a surety bond or a personal bond on your behalf. Additional.
There it is. That's the 4th way. Hiring an attorney who can obtain a personal bond or a surety bond on your behalf. Fuck you, Canadian internet. She didn't know them either. I know. Loud Elvis, you had sushi at a place in Santa Monica like 20 years ago. Cost the company buying the dinner like $1,000. You didn't know it raw back then, but it tasted good and your boss told you to eat it. Honestly, when you go out to dinner with somebody that you trust, it's fun if you are able to try new things and not be worried about it. I love that. Again, why cruising is very great. There's sushi bars on board most cruise ships. So you could that's a great place to try sushi. Straw Carpenter, welcome. Yeah, 10% is what they charge, 5 to 10% in some places. Um, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of bail going on in Travis County. She usually says 5 to 10%. Oh, the other thing we're going to keep an eye out for with this Judge Jeffers right here is that she is what we call a gifter. She often gifts people uh the gift of getting rid of their tickets in exchange for the amount of days that they have already spent in jail, as opposed to making them go to court. So usually people are confused because most judges don't do that, but maybe we'll have that happen. It might not. I mean, we've only got 3 people here. We got about, 26 minutes of court. So we'll see what happens there. Plus me talking. So you know how it goes. And remember that this is the 3 a.m. docket. Ooh, I love pot stickers too, Vicky. They're yummy. So this docket is happening at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she is so put together. So put together. Oh, med check. That's a good time for a med check, guys. What a med check is if you take meds, think about taking them. If it's not time, don't take them, but just think about it. If you don't take meds, come on down to the chat. Tell us what that's like.
Any fee you pay an attorney to get you released from custody will oftentimes go towards your total legal fees if you end up hiring that attorney to handle the rest of your case. That way, you do not have to pay twice, regardless of how you get out of custody. Make sure you return for all your court dates, or a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you have any questions, ladies, regarding the 4 main ways to be released from custody? All right.
They came and talked to me about the personal phone.
Yeah, this information that she has. She'll let you know if you need it.
Yes, I'll go over that with you. All right, next we're gonna go over the your individual charge and bond amounts. First, we have Nevaeh Castro. Wayne.
Okay, Nevaeh, which is heaven spelt backwards, by the way. What did Nevaeh do? Nevaeh Castro. Please go ahead and put your guesses in the chat. You can guess as many times as you want, and you can guess crazy things, real things, whatever. We have fun here. So, drugs. I think she driving without a license. I'm gonna go with driving without a license on this one. DUI, Nancy. Yeah. So Birdie, her the lyrical voice does seem a bit passive aggressive. I actually have surmised that she consciously tries to enunciate different words than we normally hear in a different way, in an effort to actually get people to listen to the right things. So I know that it sounds a little bit condescending, but I do not think that that's what she means it for. And this is her standard. She does that sing song, and the inflections are on the wrong words, right? Also, hello, Straw Carpenter. Thank you for being here. So I see streaking, stole the maple syrup at Waffle House. First of all, let's just be real right now. You're not going to tell me that they have real maple syrup at Waffle House, okay? I ate at Waffle House when I was in Orlando, and first of all, loved it, but not for fucking $7. They're not giving you maple syrup, are they? Okay, so trespassing, stick with assault, stole from a dollar store, battery on an officer, DV, theft, selling hot dogs without a license. She was soliciting at a gas station, lot lizard, car theft and possession, assaulted a kitten. That's not good. DV, DUI, no more bets, no more bets. Thank you, Miss Carrie. I know your accounting duties call. You think it is real syrup, Phil Cordeaux? If it is, I will stand corrected and be very happy about it. But the way that y'all put corn syrup in everything, and maple syrup is very expensive. Okay, as a Canadian, I'm telling you, very expensive. Not a cop, thanks for being here. Okay, let's figure it out.
Ms. Castro, you've been charged with a Class A misdemeanor assault causing bodily injury. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. That bond was set at $5,000 plus no threatening or harassing communication with the alleged victim. Contact. Do you have any questions, Ms. Castro, regarding your charge or bond amount? Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning to help you with this case?
Yes.
All right, so ordered. Ms. Castro, pretrial, woo, clearly I need some more coffee. Ms. Castro, pretrial services has determined that you qualify for personal bond, so you will be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. Do you have any questions about that process, ma'am? All right, take care of yourself. Next we have, oh, I'm sorry. Next we have Viola Jones, Way.
Yes,
Did she wave? Also, if it's buffering, guys, I do apologize. Again, I am in Canada. When I traveled to the States recently, I wept at the internet speeds I was getting at like regular hotel Wi-Fi comparatively to what I pay a lot of money for here. So I apologize. I pay top tier internet for upload speeds. It's not the download speed, it's upload speed, but it's it's just hard. I'm working on it. Anyways, you just ordered sushi, Hayden Harris. Love it. So what I can suggest, if you are having buffering issues, go out, come back in. I will also try and dip off the screen here if it gets too bad. But I don't know if we saw whose hand was raised. I'm gonna go back because she sometimes goes like really, really, really fast, and we don't want to ruin it. So because we're gonna want to do our guesses here. So let's see who it is. $14 will be cheap for maple syrup, in my opinion. And that's a US dollar, so that would be like almost 18, 17, $18 Canadian. How big was the bottle again? Like, are you talking a tiny wee bottle?
All right, take care of yourself.
Okay, well now that's just buffering. What's going on? Why does this computer hate me so much? I touch it all the time. I give it love, and this is how it repays me? Seriously? Also, there shouldn't be any fucking buffering on the video that I downloaded and is not running off the internet. So I'm perplexed.
Personal bond, so you will be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. Do you have any questions about that process, ma'am? All right, take care of yourself. Next we have, oh, I'm sorry. Next we have Viola Jones, Way.
yes,
Okay, she didn't wave. It's the woman sitting in front, Viola Jones, the shirtless dad winterized version. Time for a new computer. Yeah, would love that. Ernie Tetro. Uh, you said even on Amazon it's about 75 cents an ounce. I think you're talking about maple syrup, and I would believe that 1,000% as well. Birch syrup does exist. There's also like birch vodka, I think. There's tree vodka. I've heard about that before as well. Like I said, if you're just getting here, go ahead and hit the like button, clock in for your shift, and guess what this woman did to get in front of the judge. DV, I'm seeing in the chat. I'm gonna go with Miss Carrie's gone now, so I'm gonna have to manage this myself. I'm gonna go with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. UUMV. She was arrested for not liking a KCC video. Colin. Ooh, that'd be dangerous. Cellulite Yoga Pants says not paying child support while working at a gas station. Phil Cordo, armed robbery. Hit a man. Nancy Wee. DUI, not a cop says. Still hanging with assault. R cross. I hear ya. Hayden, you prefer dogwood syrup. Okay. DUI. We need EMTs to the chat. Everyone's talking crazy. Whipped her man's ass. Arson. Manslaughter. Oh my God. What did I say? UUMV. That's right. Unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Legal fiction's going with embezzling. That's good. That's a good choice. Roller skated on the highway. Is that illegal, Phil? That sounds like it should be legal and fun. Sheep bothering. She's scurry. Okay, no more bets, no more bets. Let's see what she did.
Madam, you have been charged with a third-degree felony driving while intoxicated. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. That bond was set at $10,000 plus an ignition interlock device plus a scram device and random UAs. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge?
Fast. You going fast now. I'm listening. You went too fast.
Oh, what, you need to know your charging conditions again?
Yes, ma'am.
It's a third-degree felony, driving while intoxicated. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. That bond was set at $10,000 plus an ignition interlock device plus a scram device plus
What?
scram device,
What's that?
ankle monitor.
Yeah, so a scram device is a ankle monitor or continuous wear monitor that measures for alcohol in the sweat, I believe. Yeah. I think that scram devices are quite expensive to have. It's interesting because, I mean, how many DUIs have we heard where they don't really have that big of a bond? This one, she's got a $5,000 bond, an interlock device. So that's a breathalyzer in her car, which is expensive. And then also a scram, which is expensive monitoring. So they're taking this one very seriously, which I think is good. We've talked about it before. Please don't drink and drive, folks. There's many, many options to get home. Drinking should not be on the list before you drive. Unless it's water. Stay hydrated.
Okay.
Plus
Plus what?
random UAs.
Random UAs.
Urinary analysis. So that would mean that you will be issued a color, and each color designates a different day of the week that you need to call into a hotline and by a certain time, and it will tell you if you need to drop or go do a UA test. And the color that you're on determines the number of calls that you have to make and the likelihood of how often you'll be tested. So you sometimes hear judges and people talk about changing somebody's color or call-in thing. That's what they're referring to with this for DUIs. At the beginning, they tend to go at an intensive level and then taper that down with if there's been no infractions. KT, welcome. Thank you for being here. Usually, yeah, orange is the color I hear a lot. I don't know. I remember orange. Yeah. Interesting. She seems maybe she's still drunk, you know? Like if we think about it, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And not a cop, welcome. Thank you so much. That's gonna pop right here. Thanks so much for joining the family. So if we think about this, right? Let's say she was arrested. I mean, she was arrested within the last 24 hours, most likely. It is a 3 a.m. docket. It's very possible that unless she spent last night in jail into today, she would probably still be intoxicated. Huh. I wonder if they make them do it because it's such a busy county and there's rules about having to see a judge within a certain amount of time for speedy trial and such. That's why they do these all times of day and night, because there's so many to get through. They just couldn't do it if it was like all, just daytime hours. Now, the thing is that We can see in Fulton County, Georgia, what happens when you have a system that's not working at its best. People are languishing in prisons for years pre-trial. This is obviously different. But again, I wonder if this woman is like either just sobering up, like she's like, shit, I'm in jail, or if she's still intoxicated. I mean, she's being charged with a DUI. And I don't know, she didn't mention if it was a first time offense or not. I don't know, because I've seen judges give $500 personal bonds on first time DUIs, and we've just seen her here say a $5,000 $5,000 plus a scram plus an interlock, like plus random UAs. That's pretty intensive supervision pre-trial for a DUI.
Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning to help you with this case?
Ma'am, before you go forward, I was not driving, I was parked. And I was not driving. So,
Okay. You are innocent until proven guilty, Ms. Jones. So that brings me to my next question. Would you like for me to appoint an attorney to help you?
yes, ma'am.
Get that claim. Okay. So
I do really like how this judge handles people talking about their cases. She listens sort of intently and then almost always follows up with the same question that she really just asked, which is, okay, keeping that in mind, did you want me to get an attorney, or were you going to hire your own? She's putting the hearing right back on track. As a reminder, this is a bond first appearance hearing. It's not an evidentiary hearing. You'll notice there's no lawyers here except for the judge, who's a defense attorney, but also like there's no prosecutor here, and there's also no public defenders here. So this is not an evidentiary hearing where you want to speak or are even able to present any evidence that would actually enable the judge to say, oh, you weren't driving? Well, let me just toss that out then. They must have made a mistake. Like that will never happen in a bond preliminary appearance based on what the person says. Now, some cases do get dismissed due to different issues with paperwork, etc., but generally it's not because of anything that somebody in front of the judge can say if they're not a lawyer.
Ms. Jones, pretrial services has also determined that you qualify for personal bond. So you too will be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. Do you have any questions?
I apologize. So she got a personal bond. Okay, so it's a $5,000 bond, but it's personal. So it means those conditions apply. But if she violates it, the county could come after her and put an attachment on her for the $5,000 and put her in jail if she doesn't follow the conditions. But so that would indicate that it is first time DUI, and she is being released today on personal bond.
About that process, madam?
So I will be released within the next 4 to 6 hours.
Yes.
Okay, and then also, what did you say about monitor?
It's an admission. Okay, all of this is going to be given to you in writing. If you're having a little trouble hearing, you're going to have an ignition interlock device that goes in the car. Then you have a scram device, that's the ankle monitor, and then they're going to randomly UA you. Okay, that's the third time I've said it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. So that's what's gonna be happening to me when I get out.
Potentially, you'll have to visit with pretrial services. They'll go over your appointment times of when you'll see them. And then this is a felony, Ms. Jones. So we're coming out of COVID. The courthouse is backed up. You're going to be going to court for the next 18 months to 2 years. So you just need to do whatever you need to do to comply with the conditions while you go to court upstairs with the judge you'll be assigned to. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Whatever judge I'll be assigned to.
Correct. They'll do all of that in the next couple weeks.
Okay, and I will be released within the 4 to 6 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care of yourself, ma'am. Please Uber in the future. Next, we have
I agree, legal fiction. I think she's probably not been arrested before, but I think she probably is still intoxicated. If she's been charged with a DUI, she's going to be released in 4 to 6 hours, and this is a 3 a.m. docket. Safe to say, even maybe if she was arrested at like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, she's losing her buzz a little bit, but I think maybe she's not quite catching everything. And she possibly also has a hearing issue, you know. And if you don't know, like us here, we watch these things all the time. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, and most of you guys aren't lawyers either, but we know what a UA is, you know, pre-trial, all those different things. But a lot of people that come in front of a court, by happenstance don't know what those are. So I think the judge may be a little quick to get annoyed at that because, you know, she did ask her to repeat it. She does speak quite fast. She did ask her to repeat it, and she is using some acronyms that I think, again, when you have somebody that says they don't understand it, you have to break things down. Saying scram and UA, that might literally mean nothing to somebody that's not been involved in the system before or doesn't watch court religiously like us.
Islam,
Thank you.
you're welcome, madam. Take care.
Okay, what has our last contestant? Oh my goodness, 21 minutes. What has she done? Let us see. Courtney's on the judge's side. And legal fiction, yeah, Scram, I believe, also is a brand name as well. So it's interesting. But let's guess what this lady did. I'm gonna guess that she stole catering order of sushi from a DoorDash driver who she assaulted. That's what I'm going to guess. She stole a catering order of sushi from a DoorDash driver that she assaulted. What else? What else? Put your guesses in the chat. Courtney says assault. R. Cross says drugs, 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 and more drugs. Legal fiction's going with this one's a DUI. DV. She stole a pack of beer from a gas station, where in Canada you cannot buy beer at a gas station or a grocery store. You have to go to the liquor store or the beer store if you're in Ontario. Pulled a Karen at a restaurant. Please remember, people, don't be a Karen. Be a knee rack, a reverse Karen. Use your Karen powers for good. Rest passing, hit a popo, gas and go. Don't you have to pay for gas first? In Canada, you have to pay for your gas before you pump it. Are you telling me that you don't in America? Or you do? DUI, shoplifted a Slurpee. Oh my gosh, 89 cents, Trish. That would be horrible. Not during the daytime, you don't. Interesting. Not everywhere. Not if you're cute. The guy is manning a register theft. I mean, so we have but even full service gas stations, when you pull up, you have to say what you want. You always have to you have to put in the amount. So, and that's a rule, a legal, I've never, like, even the smallest gas station in the middle of nowhere would have the same system. You pay at the pump. It's called pay at the pump. So you pay at the pump, or you go in and pay it at the window, but you have to say, I want $40 of regular or whatever, and they put it on there for you. If you pay at the pump with a card, and you authorize like $100 and you only use part of that, it'll just automatically get put onto it. I'm not that rich, so usually I know how much gas I can get, as opposed to like letting the gas gods tell me what I'm going to pay today. No, that's not where I'm at. She got into a fight at the family barbecue over who owned the chihuahua. Love it. Love it, Adderall wreck. Okay, no more bets. Let's go.
Islam, you have been charged with a third-degree felony assault, family violence. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. That bond was set at $15,000 plus a TSS alcohol class plus a scram device. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond
Bond
amount?
amounts.
I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear anything because there was talking in the background, Your Honor.
Don't depend on that, because we don't know how much in there, just whenever they call it, it's fun. Yeah, we don't, I know the judge said that, but she doesn't want in the building, she doesn't know how many they are, she doesn't know how many people are trying to get out.
Okay, so it's four,
Yeah.
so we're 6,000.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. I don't know what they're saying. We do have some full service gas stations here still in Canada, but most of them are going to be self-service. Like I would say the only full service gas station I know of is like owned by a co-op, where you pay to be a member, but you also get like a dividend check every year sent to you because you're an owner of the gas station, like a co-op gas station. Even Costco. Yeah. Also, I usually buy $20 of gas at a time, but also, Courtney, when I worked at the cruise ships, I used to play the gas game all the time. Like, can I just not get gas for a while? Like, how far can I go? So I don't think that she heard what the judge said there. The judge's face is like, what the heck is going on here? But she's been charged with a DUI as well. She's been ordered to take an alcohol awareness class, have the scram device. Did she say the interlock as well? And it is, I don't know what they're going to, I mean, obviously it's going to take 20 minutes for them to sort this out and see what happens. Yeah, let's continue.
All right, so you need me to repeat all that, madam?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. If you don't mind.
That's okay. It's a third-degree felony, assault family violence. The range of punishment is a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the Texas Department of Correction and a $10,000 fine. And that bond was set at $15,000 plus a TSS alcohol class plus a scram device. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding your charge or bond amount?
I do not.
All right. Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney? Just wanted to help you with this case.
Yeah, and I can always get one of my later.
Okay, if you so decide, yes, ma'am. Now, Ms. Islam, you don't qualify for personal bond at this time because the law in the state of Texas changed. This is now considered a Senate Bill 6 case. That law changed in September of 2021. And what it says is we can no longer provide you personal bond on your own for a felony assault in the state of Texas. It's one of the reasons why we have to vote, right? So we don't have these types of draconian laws that get pushed through. But in any event, that is the new law in the state of Texas. So what that means for you, I'm going to tell you 2 things you're going to have to do in order to get a bond. You're going to need to see if the alleged victim is willing to do the victim input statement saying they're not in fear, do not feel threatened, and want you released from jail. Either a family member or friend can call him. And I've appointed you counsel, so that court-appointed counsel can also get bond on your behalf free of charge. You can bring that bond to me, I will sign it. But because of the new law, you have to have either counsel bring forth the bond or you have to hire a bondsman. Okay. All right, does that make sense?
It does.
All right, now the going rate to get out of jail in Travis County is 5 to 10% of the bond amount. If you can't wait the 2 days for appointed counsel to come out and see you, then you'll pay 5 to 10% of the bond amount. In your case, that's anywhere between $750 and $1,500 to any attorney or bondsman of your choice. They do work 24 hours a day, and you will be given access to the phone now that you've seen me to hire them.
Okay.
All right, you have any other questions for me, ma'am?
So within 2 days, an appointed attorney should come out.
Yeah, it'll take them a couple days because it's now, what is this, Friday morning? Oh my God, I can't believe we made it. So, we're at the weekend. So you probably won't see them till Monday or Tuesday. I just want to make sure I give you that heads up in case you got a job that's out there that you need to get back to or your children. I just want to make sure I tell you that.
Yes, ma'am, I understand, Your Honor.
All right. You have any other questions for me, madam?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go back up and then hold you back a minute to go to use the phone. All right, I'm gonna put you on pause and I'm gonna go to the other females.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
More, but actually, while she's paused, that I have some really, really interesting and great news for the channel that I want to share with you guys, and bring you in on. Also, make sure that you are helping me out with this. So, it's exciting news. There's a new initiative that's come out with YouTube that our channel is going to be proud to be a part of. I'm reading this because I got the email. So we are officially joining a groundbreaking YouTube AI program designed to enhance monitoring and provide a more secure and enjoyable environment for all of you. And as part of this program, we will be leveraging cutting-edge AI technology that brings some cool features to our channel. One of the fantastic features produced by this AI program is enhanced notifications for the super members of the chat. So people that engage a lot, it's going to be telling who does that, and we recognize you guys as well. But there is another feature of the program, and that is the ability to detect and prevent the misuse of multiple accounts. Now, while we've always cherished the diversity of our community, it is important to maintain a fair and genuine environment for everyone, and hence the AI will be on the lookout for any suspicious activity, including the use of multiple accounts. Why is this important? Well, use multiple accounts not only goes against the spirit of community engagement, but could also potentially harm this channel. So the AI will promptly be identifying such instances, and in line with YouTube's policies, will be required to address. So that we can be part of this program, I want you to just keep that in mind. If you happen to be using lots of different accounts, whatever the reason being, please stop. It's just not going to work out as we go forward with this program. So again, it's not just account monitoring. It's super fan recognition features, identifying and celebrating our most engaged and dedicated community members. Super fans will enjoy exclusive perks, sneak peeks, and special shoutouts. And thank you for being a vital part of this, and I am looking forward to an engaging and exciting future.
All right, madam. So,
All right, these are the last three.
no, it seems like I have an extra person. Who do you have, madam?
I have Miss Gillespie. I have Miss, how did you say it? Shara, Madeline, and then Plata.
Okay, and then Miss Shiva Adele.
She's in medical.
Okay, well, that's a different post. All right, thank you. Good morning, ladies. My name is Tanisha Jefferson, and I'm going to be magistrating you all this morning. Good morning. First, we're going to go over your general rights. You have a right to remain silent. Oh, I'm sorry. Officer Morgan, you need me to do everything all over again, right?
Yeah, these are new.
All right, they didn't hear the rights before and all that.
No, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, thank you. You have the right to remain silent. You are not required to make a statement. Any statement you do make, however, can and will be used as evidence against you should your case proceed to trial. You have the right to retain an attorney. You have the right to have that attorney present during any interview with any peace officers or other attorneys who may represent the state.
Yeah, nice smile. Don't you worry. Again, this is still handled via me and the channel, so nobody's getting banned. It's just that I'll be getting a report about the multiple accounts thing and the super fans. That's how it works. And then I have to address it. So, and you guys, if you have your regular account and your account that you have for other stuff, that's not what they're talking about. They are talking about, specifically, like, especially people at the same time signed into the chat as multiple accounts engaging. That's really what they're looking for there. Again, it's all about true community engagement. That's what they really want to promote, and that's what I want to promote. So I think it actually fits really well with what our channel is working towards. And of course, if you have any concerns, then contact me on Discord.
You have the right to terminate an interview at any time. If you are indigent and cannot afford an attorney, you have the right to request the appointment of an attorney. You have the right to an examining trial, which is a pre-hearing if you're charged with a felony. You will be given a reasonable time and opportunity to consult with an attorney, and you will be admitted to bail if allowed by law. You have any questions, ladies, regarding your general rights?
No, ma'am. No.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go over the 4 main ways to be released from custody. The first way is to post the full amount of your bail in cash or with a cashier's check. That is the full amount, not a percentage or a payment plan. That money is kept on deposit with the sheriff's office until your case is resolved. Once your case is resolved, those monies are returned to you. The second way to be released from custody is by hiring a bail bondsman. A bail bondsman will in general charge you 10 to 15% of the bond amount to obtain your release from jail. Any fee you pay a bondsman, however, is non-refundable. When you are back at the post, you will be given access to the different phone numbers of different bail bondsmen, if that is what you do.
Hayden Harris, I apologize. I did see that at Buc-ee's, right? You sent me that picture. Thank you again. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And again, this is not about trolling, by the way. This is not again, there's no change in terms of the moderation on the thing. It's just the AI, enhanced AI part of it. And I'm really excited about it. If it doesn't work out for us, I can turn it off. It's in my hands. So don't you worry. And again, if there's something problematic or you're worried about it, then come to me and let's talk about it. Again, it's really about disingenuous things. I think that's what they're working on it. Oh, nice smile. Yeah, that's tough if they won't let you turn it off. This is a voluntary program that I'm in. So regardless, like I said, it's a pilot project. We're working on it, and absolutely Adderall rec. It is there's a total difference between trolling and bullying, and I don't mind good trolls, but I don't like bullying. We'll say that.
The third way to be released from custody is by qualifying for personal bond. A personal bond is essentially your promise to return to court. The fourth and final way to be released from custody is by hiring an attorney. An attorney can obtain either a surety bond.
Mikey, you missed my announcement about the new AI program that the channel is going to be participating in. It's got some really cool superfan recognition features. I think we've talked about this, and also that account monitoring for the multiple accounts thing. Anyways, we are excited to go forward. And again, nothing's going to change, guys. I just needed to let you know that because I don't want, I really don't want to have to like deal with any like bad reports. So.
Or a personal bond on your behalf. Additionally, any fee you pay an attorney to get you released from custody will oftentimes go towards your total legal fees if you end up hiring that attorney to handle the rest of your case. That way, you do not have to pay twice. Regardless of how you get out of custody, make sure you return for all your court dates, or a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you have any questions, ladies, regarding the 4 main ways to be released from custody? All right, thank you. Next, we're going to go over your individual charge and bond amounts. First, we have Meline Shara. Am I pronouncing it? Okay, apologies, madam. You have been charged with a Class A misdemeanor theft of property. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. That bond has been set at $3,000 plus a stay away from 525 North Lamar Boulevard. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond amount?
No.
Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney to help you with this case?
I'm requesting a personal bond.
Yes, it does appear that pretrial services has granted you personal bond this morning, madam. You will be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. You have any questions about that process?
No.
All right, and back to my question. Are you requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning to help you with this case?
A personal defendant, yes.
An attorney, yes.
Yes, please.
All right, so ordered. Take care of yourself, madam.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, we have Susanna Gonzalez. Is that you, madam? You have been charged with a Class A misdemeanor burglary of a vehicle. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. That bond has been set at $7,500 plus no contact with the alleged victim. Do you have any questions, madam, regarding your charge or bond amount?
Our cross in the Discord is a great place to be posting links. But yeah, absolutely. Also, hi Iowa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bucky's. I did go to a Bucky's while I was in Florida. Thank you, Donna. Hi, Chris Engleby. Welcome. It uh, wait, I mean you would have to prepay at Bucky's for gas, right? My brain's like I can't I'm still having a hard time processing that some places you still don't prepay for gas. That's crazy to me. Oh, William, stop it.
Requesting that I appoint you an attorney this morning to help you with this case. All right, Ms. Plata Gonzalez, pretrial services has also determined that you qualify for personal bond as well. So you too will be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. Do you have any questions about this process, madam? All right, now come on forward. Come talk to me for a second. You're very young, same age as my baby. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you. Are you in school? What's happening, ma'am?
No, I graduated last year.
Congratulations. All right. Are you working? Or are you going to college? Or what's your next steps?
Well, I was working, but then I just found out I'm pregnant. So my boyfriend's been trying to help me. And we was like struggling at the moment because I just got kicked out of my grandpa's house and we didn't have nowhere to go. He didn't have a job. I don't have a job because I just found out I'm pregnant. And he don't have family here. I don't have my mom or my dad. I don't have nobody, only my grandpa, but he's old and he's already taking my 2 younger sisters. So I was like desperate for money at the moment. I didn't have money for the next day. Didn't my boyfriend either, you know? So that's the reason why we did that. But that night, I even felt bad. Like, I even feel bad that I was stealing from the cars and all that. I was putting some backpacks back.
Don't confess to anything. This proceeding is being recorded, right? Let's let the state do their job. You are innocent until proven guilty, okay? So I'm gonna stop you for a second. I don't mean to be rude. I don't mean to cut you off. But I don't want you to make any further statements against your self-interest. I'm gonna add an additional condition, Ms. Plata Gonzalez, that you have a social work referral to the public defender's office or CAPS DS, so we can see if we can get you hooked up with some services in the community, given your youthful age and the fact that you are newly pregnant. Okay, so when they reach out to you, based on the information you provided, they'll reach you at the address and phone number you provided on the personal bond that's been granted this morning. I need you to just follow back up with them so we can try to get you some services. Okay? Is there additional number or address you want me to put on here? Right now they have 737-296-2190. Is that the main number that you could be reached at?
Yeah, that's my number.
All right. All right. So when I have them contact you, just follow up. Okay? So we can see if we can help you out here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take care of yourself, ma'am. Okay, Miss Gillespie.
Okay. I feel bad for her on that one. That is sad. But hopefully the judge will get her some assistance there. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Early childhood intervention, even at a pregnancy level, is so much more cost effective on the legal system in the long run. So if you provide support, scaffolding, and path for young women that are pregnant, I mean, she's already in jail. We can't probably stop that, but her baby, we probably can if we were to intensively support her. The likelihood of that happening, slim, but we'll see.
You have several charges. Looks like there are 3. There's a state jail felony evading. The range of punishment on that type of offense in the state of Texas is a minimum of 6 months to a maximum of 2 years in a state jail facility and a $10,000 fine. That bond was set at $10,000. Then you also have what is this? 2 Class A misdemeanors. Well, the range of punishment in the state of Texas is up to 1 year in the county jail and a $4,000 fine. The first Class A misdemeanor has been styled as an assault causing bodily injury. That bond was set at $5,000 plus no contact and a 200-yard stay away from the alleged victim. Who is Miss Waller to you? Are y'all related or y'all?
So this was a girl I let live with me, and pretty much once we went our separate ways, she pressed this charge on me, and I never touched her. Like, I don't even know how I got this charge because the police, like, when this happened, it happened at she got out at a red light, and I drove off when the light turned green, and next thing you know, I got a warrant for assault. So I don't even know. I haven't seen this girl within 3 years now, going on 4 fucking years. I have not seen her. So it's like staying away from her is fine with me.
Okay. Well, this allegedly occurred last year, September 2022. Is this familiar to you at all?
If this was Nicole Walker, yes. Because no, last year, this happened when I was at my home in 6407 Springdale. I've been at my apartment for 2 years now. So I don't know how she just pressed another charge on me, I guess, because this charge happened when I had turned 23 2 years ago. I'm 25 now.
Ma'am, why are you yelling? You are like hyped up right now. Hi, Chris. Ingleby. Internet's not working at work. I get that. Internet barely works here. As a reminder, oh my gosh, the judge's face. As a reminder, guys, just so you know, this is our last docket for this evening, but we will be back for tomorrow with our Court Watchers Anonymous meeting, as well as our members only in the evening. Please make sure that you have gifting turned on. Because we have lots of really great people that like to give memberships here. So, and I would love to have you. We do some fun react videos. I have something totally new for us to react to tomorrow for members only. It's going to be a blast. So make sure that you have memberships turned on for gifting and that you think about joining us tomorrow. Also, we always have our Sunday Court Watchers Anonymous meeting. Just know we don't ask you to stop watching court. We just all get together and watch court. So it's not like a program where we want you to stop. We just all are court crazy people together.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just letting you know what it says.
Yes,
but y'all don't have any contact anymore?
No, ma'am. I have not seen this girl, not talked to this girl, not looked for this girl. I don't even care if the girl is here or there.
Okay, fair. All right. Well, there's a stay away. So if you see her, just stay away from her while this case is pending. And then what's with these evadings? Don't make any statements against your self-interest. Don't admit to or
I'm not gonna make no statements. It's just pretty much scared and doing something stupid, thinking too fast, I guess.
I'll agree on the stupid.
Yeah, like that's the best way I could put that.
No, that's okay. My oldest child is 23, about to be 24, almost your age, so I get it. And when I was 25, I did a lot of silly things. So, okay, we can agree That's the age for silliness, and then we got to mature and grow up a little bit, right? So, all right. So these bonds have been set. Again, I gave you the bond amounts: 5,000, 5,000, 3,000. It looks like they rejected the failure ID, and then it says, why did they not grant you personal bond? Because there's a victim on the misdemeanor. But it's from 2022. So I'll go ahead and grant you personal bond this morning, madam.
I can get my money back.
I just need you to not come back. Don't get arrested.
I haven't been back here so long.
I looked at your history. You have not. You were doing well.
Been doing so good lately. Like, I got out last year or 2 years ago, and like I just didn't look back on bullshit, and then bullshit came for me. So
Oh my God, that's a great saying, first of all. What did she say? Oh my God, my ADD is fucking rampant right now. I gave up on bullshit, but bullshit came looking for me. Is that what she said? I would scream it, but I will get yelled at. But imagine me yelling it, okay?
lately, like I got out last year or 2 years ago, and like I just didn't look back on bullshit, and then bullshit came for me.
I would like that to be a command in the chat, please. I didn't look back on bullshit, but bullshit came looking for me. Yeah. That's a good command.
So
I just need you to mature a little bit, right? If the police stop you, stop.
Yes,
give your license, give them your correct name, right? Let's not create charges where there are none. If they don't give you a ticket, just take the ticket, okay?
Yes, okay. I was just scared, and when they said I had the warrant, it's like my first mind, instead of like, okay, let's just go to jail, it was like, get the fuck away. I don't know why, but that's how it happened.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It's time for us to mature a little bit, grow up a little bit. Police stop you, just give them your license, okay? Tell them what your real name is.
So when will I get out?
You'll be processed for release within the next 4 to 6 hours. But while you're out on my bonds, madam, do not get arrested again.
You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that.
Make sure you show up for court. And that brings me to my next question. Would you like for me to appoint someone to help you with these cases this morning?
No, so I also have an attorney of my own, which is Charles Popper. So no,
Popper?
Yes, ma'am, I have Popper. So
right. He's a very good attorney. Please tell him I said hello.
Yes.
Okay, now listen, we got some more stuff to deal with. You got $1,357 worth of old tickets.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I thought it wasn't going to happen. Fuck yes. Fuck yeah. Oh, look is she on her knees? Is she on her knees? Girl, are you on your knees? I think she might be on something because she is all over the place. Seriously, what is she doing? This way. But also, anyways, this is the point. Sorry. This is the point when Judge Jeffers, Magistrate Jeffers, is going to give this woman a gift. She is going to give her credit for the amount of days that she has already stayed in the jail instead of making her do more or go to court and deal with it. And one of the things that I believe makes this judge very unique and actually somebody who affects a lot of change in people's lives quite immediately. You can imagine a lot of the law and court stuff that we watch is judges following up on people not paying fines. And I understand that fines have a place. However, I think that this judge recognizes these are stumbling blocks that are maybe best removed for both judicial efficiency and the person in front of them getting to be able to move forward with what is with their life, basically. So let's see if this girl blocks her blessings or if she is going to accept this gift. When the judge says, I'm going to give you a gift, fucking shut your mouth and listen. That's the sort of advice I guess I have.
It's pending in our municipal court at this time. So I'll give you 2 choices. I'll give you a court date. That court date will be on December 21st of 2023 at 2:30 p.m. Or I'll give you credit for time served this morning.
Can I I'll take time served. Shit, I don't want to go to no courts. I just want.
Girl, you barely even understand it. If you've noticed, I am not calling it that. I'm saying that she is giving her credit for the amount of days that she's already been in jail. Just because I don't like saying that other term. If you know, you know.
Get out the courts and stuff.
Okay. All right.
I'm be free. I don't want to.
You have insurance right now on your car?
So the car's actually in my boyfriend's name. It's actually my boyfriend's car. So I was never driving the car.
Okay. All right. But when you drive, you have insurance, the car is covered?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
Which would you prefer, a court date or a time served?
Time served, please.
Is it your desire to enter to a plea of no contest on these old tickets?
So that means no content? What that mean?
Oh, you're so close. Okay, sweetie, she means no contest, which is basically the same as a guilty plea, except you don't have to make any admissions. She's not trying to trick you, and I know that everybody that gets to this point doesn't quite understand, because it does sound too good to be true in reality. But yeah, just say yes. Again, the judge isn't trying to fuck her up here. She's trying to help her, but people are so used to being very, messed up at court that they don't understand. But the biggest amount I've seen this judge erase was $2,400, which again, that's a huge weight off somebody's shoulders, right?
Yes, I just need a yes or no. Do you want to plead no contest?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know. What does that mean? I'm confused. Sorry.
Yeah, if you want.
So close, the blessings are being blocked. Again, folks, don't block your blessings. Girl, you already got your sympathy. She's giving you a gift now.
Me to give you credit, you have to say yes.
Okay, yes. Okay. You using these big old words and I just woke up.
I'm sorry, I'm sleepy too. I totally understand. I'll take you for your no contest, madam. Find you guilty, give you credit for time served, and those tickets will be resolved this morning. Okay, so.
Yeah, Allie B. So she literally does take away the cost, the jail time, and the whole future issue of them. She erases them basically in exchange for the amount of days or hours that this person has spent in jail here. So it's an incredible gift. We have seen people block it. We have. I remember we saw that one guy, and I mean, honestly, I was like, no, because we know that this is real and she's good for it. But again, a lot of people that are coming before a judge that we watch, they don't watch court like we do. So they don't have this insight. And again, it's 3:00 in the morning. You just woke up. This lady's fucking telling you a lot of stuff. I can understand being confused.
Get any more tickets either, which is why I'm asking if you're insured while you're driving the car and all of that.
Yeah, we just had got insurance because our car lot would not let us pretty much get our plates without it. So yes, we got insurance.
We all have to be street legal. Driving while black and brown is real. I just got stopped last week, so I get stopped all the time, unfortunately. I know, right? I'm a judge. I get stopped all the time. So in any event, just make sure you're following up, making sure you show up for your court date.
William, she's been in jail for hours. Okay? Probably not even a full day. And she's getting released on a personal bond. So she is I've heard other jurisdictions credit people $150 per day that they spend in jail. This judge doesn't do that. These people have not spent long periods of time in jail trying to pay these fines off. This is like overnight stays. And that's why she's doing it in the middle of the night. They try and roll through these quickly. They have to do that for timely trial reasons, etc.
And then just do whatever Mr. Papa tells you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're very welcome, madam. Take care of yourself.
Have a great morning.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Judge, I'm gonna go down and get the guys. I'm gonna try to do them all together.
Girl, you gonna try and do all those guys together? That is naughty. Anyways, you guys, I apologize, but we are not watching the guys. We are, in fact, done for the evening. It's been over 2.5 hours now. I said I was gonna do an hour and a half today because I was tired. But I do love hanging out with you guys so much, so time just flew by. Please remember that we have a members only tomorrow night. We have our regular Court Watchers Anonymous meeting tomorrow. And we are going to be doing lots of different things. We can see you, Chris Barton. Again, I really like that, Judge. I like going, seeing all these different cases. I think it's a unique experience to see the 3 a.m. docket because things operate a little differently when you're on the night shift. Anybody that's worked at night knows that. Phil Cordo, thank you so much. I appreciate all of your guys' hard work for liking videos, subscribing, commenting. The comments are very helpful, and I really appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. We are having a blast, and I love it. Thank you to all the new members and the people that have donated memberships today. I so appreciate you. Remember, I love you, I'm proud of you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. And remember, be good, babies. I love you.